Alright, the next match is for the championship belt. That's the WWF Championship belt for people not in the know. There he is, the Intercontinental. I'm the Intercontinental Champion. I'm facing the WWF Champion, the British Bulldog. Funnily, two belts that these two men never held in real life. Undertaker's never been Intercontinental Champion, and the Bulldog was never WWF Champion. Interesting. He was never a World Champion at all, Bulldog actually, which is surprising given what a huge star he was in the 80s and early 90s. As is tradition. I say tradition, I've done it once before. We're going to watch the entrances for this match. Get some pomp and circumstance, some pageantry, some pyro and ballyhoo. The first ever European champion. He was hardcore champion, intercontinental champion, tag team champion, but never a world champion. Probably deserved to be. Undertaker was only world. He was tag team champion a couple of times, but for the most part, he was a world champion only kind of performer from day one. All right. The final match of this challenge mode for the WWF Championship. Let's see if I can put in a stronger performance than my last few. That's a good start. That's a good start. And that's the same start. Okay. I'm enjoying the... There we go. Whoa, whoa. Undertaker with that chain wrestling. Boom. Okay, we're not going to go out of the ring. We're going to play it safe. I'll be really upset because it feels like a loss is on the horizon for me. Given my last few performances, I really don't want to come up short here. I hope the random drunken fan shouts continues in Attitude. That series will be starting next week. As you're watching this, the 2006 General Manager mode videos will be coming out too, so I hope you're enjoying both series. I'm going to try and alternate between the two for as long as I can. I'll play both just for a bit of variety. But the plan is Attitude next, and then I've got the SmackDown games lined up and ready to go too. I've got the N64 games, No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 lined up and ready to go too. I might come back to Warzone. I mentioned that I like the idea of doing a tag team championship tournament with some of the tag teams in this game. Same thing might present itself in one of the other games too. So yeah, there's lots of potential here considering how old these games are. I've got lots of ideas. And again, I've encouraged this before, but if anyone out there does have ideas, things they'd like to see, if you want to see me do a challenge mode as Mosh, if you want to see me do challenge mode as Kane or someone else, if you want to see me just play some random matches about this and during this game, then yeah, hit me up. I'm more than willing to go back and forward between games if it's what people are interested in seeing. I think that these games have, as I said, I think this has aged surprisingly well considering how far video games have come since. The graphics they're not incredible really, but they're also not terrible considering this was, 1998? Went into development in 1997, so there was definitely worse looking games in 1997, I have to say. I'm doing really well here. I've definitely just jinxed myself by saying it, but I'm doing quite well here. This is what we like to see. This is a more fitting performance. Jeez. I'm going for the drop kick. I've not been able to hit the drop kick at all this recording session. I think I did hit it on someone, but good stuff. we go. I think this is the end, guys. I'm feeling it. Tombstone City. And that's it. A fittingly quick performance for the final match too. I'm really pleased that that was smooth. And the Undertaker is the WWF champion. I do think it's funny that everyone gets like one taunt. They've all got one signature taunt that they do over and over again. Like the Undertaker just dropping to his knee. Like that would really wear out your knees having to get up and down. And then of course the classic double bicep pose that everyone does. World champion conquers, strips defender's title. Again, a really clumsily written headline. I don't really know what that means, but yeah, I'm the champion. And that's my real trophy, of course, this loose woman in a very small dress. But we don't judge, we don't shame. To each their own. And I'm the WWF champion with a whole pyramid of grey below me. Let's find out who my first and probably only title defense is going to be against. I am nervous to find out, given how much I struggled with the past couple of opponents. Oh, it's fine. A rematch with a Bulldog. Okay, that's fine. Let's give Bulldog his rematch. I think that's a fitting way to end the series. I was kind of hoping it would be Kane, or someone a bit more interesting, but I can give Bulldog a rematch. So this will probably be my final match in Warzone for now, anyway. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this journey with me. I really hope you've enjoyed both these series of challenge mode and watching me go from mastering the hammerlock and abusing the hammerlock to mastering the Irish whip and abusing the Irish whip. I would recommend, if you've never played this game, I do think it's fun to kind of dig these things out and compare them to later stuff, and I do think it's aged. Oh wow, crowd turned on me because I keep doing that power slam. That's fair. Yeah, it's one of these kind of fun novelties of a period in wrestling which was red hot. You know, this game was rushed out, I would say, because the company got really hot out of the blue. I think that they weren't really expecting it when Warzone came out. When Warzone was in production, it was 1997, which in many ways is the company's low point. And so this game was probably just like a contractual thing where it had to be made rather than because like game companies were desperate to produce more WWF content. But then Attitude that came out like less than a year later, that one was very much because like, wow, the company has absolutely exploded. We need to get a new game out with a more updated roster ASAP. And I think that will probably show in that game, and it is basically this reskinned. So I don't really feel the need to say a heartfelt goodbye to this game because it does feel a little bit like I'm still going to be playing it with a different roster in Attitude. But I'm excited to get into that series, and I'll probably do some practice matches and warm up a little bit before I dive into the season mode.
This doesn't bode well for Bulldog. The British Bulldog standing there dazed. He's defenseless. Here's the tie-up against the ropes.
Undertaker does have a big boot. That's what I was going for, the big boot there, but I don't seem to have mastered all that, considering how many matches I've now played in this game, and I've taken the time, mostly off camera, to look up move lists and try and find creative things to do in the game. You know, we've seen a couple of table breaks. I fisherman suplexed the British Bulldog through a table as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then I got clotheslined by Ken Shamrock, which flipped me inside out and through a table as the Undertaker. That's a pretty good. In 1988, table spots weren't regular, so that feels like a decent return on your investment.
Against the ropes. Into the ropes.
I need to stop doing the Irish whip. It's probably a bit late for me to be getting on my high horse about these things now, but I need to just, yeah. But yeah, this has been great fun. I've really
The
enjoyed playing
Undertaker
Warzone,
is
a game
down.
that I've got a lot of nostalgia for, playing on the PlayStation, going around to my friend's house and playing on the PlayStation, and being 10 years old when this game came out and just obsessed with wrestling and wanting as much WF content in my life as humanly possible. You know, me and my friends sitting around talking about how we wish there was like a 24/7 WWF channel
The
that,
Bulldog is
where
down.
they would follow the wrestlers around backstage and show us the house shows, and you know, we could not get enough WWF, so there was a lot of just playing this game over and over again and just basically playing the same
The
match over
British
and over
Bulldog
again.
to
You know,
touch
it's
down.
usually Stone Cold Steve Austin versus whatever person the game matched us up
And the
against, and
tie-up.
I just never got tired of
He's
being
down
Stone
and
Cold.
out.
I don't think I could do the stunner back then either.
Belly to belly sideways.
Here we are in the final match of this gameplay. Me finally mastering moves that I've been trying to hit the whole time. There it is.
He
All
stays
right.
down. The Undertaker has him at his mercy. They tie up.
And so it ends. But
Tombstone
yeah, that
buckle
was a
victory.
fitting end. Just a dominant performance from WWF champion The Undertaker.
And that's all she wrote. Undertaker could have won this one with his hands tied behind his back. The British Bulldog should have stayed home today.
That's probably fair. Yeah, that was a pretty dominant performance. I have to say, I'm pleased that I'm going out on a high. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey and watching these videos. Those of you who have, really sincerely hope that you've enjoyed seeing this game and enjoyed hearing me witter on about my own takes on wrestling and who I like and who I don't like and all that stuff. Um, I I really do appreciate anyone and everyone watching these videos who is, and please leave comments. Let me know what you're enjoying, if there's stuff you want to see more of. Um, as I'm recording this now, this video will probably be out around New Year, so I wish you all a very happy New Year, and you'll see a lot more content from me in 2026. Very much planning on continuing with General Manager mode, and I'm going to move through WWF Attitude and WWF SmackDown 1 and 2. I mentioned I've got the N64 games primed as well, so it's all going to be kind of retro wrestling content with some 2006 GM modes sprinkled in. I'm going to try and alternate stuff, give you some different things. I'm going to try and rope some of my friends in to play some two-player with me, so there should be some decent content coming up your way. Hopefully, I'll be able to keep this regular schedule of a new video every day. But yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.